Good morning, everyone. Well, I hope you're having an absolutely magical Saturday today. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been the morning of technical errors, so excuse me if things aren't working well or don't look right or don't sound right. It's been one of those mornings where, the equipment doesn't want to play with me. One of those mornings. Hope you're having an absolutely magical day today. Thanks for joining me again. It means a great deal. Let's say hi to a few friends who checked in bright and early. Paula, Candace, Vicky, Craig's Robotics, Mark, Gene, Backstory Ben, Tim, Lisa, Renee, Totally Ari, Lonnie, Lisa, Vicky, Yumo, Cindy, Lisa, Mary Ellen, Allie, Jake, Holly, Alfredo, Rebecca, Joey, Jennifer, Michelle, Tim, Bob, Two Neverland Boys, Steph and Anthony, Troy, Robin, Laura, Haley, a lot of great friends checking in with us. Rena, good to see you all. I know, it's one of those mornings where it's just equipment. Anyway, we'll get there. What are your mornings looking like? I hope it's a great day where you are. We have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot going on, but never ends. Hey, Totally Ari, first live stream. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm glad to have you here. We got Nat and Ken and Melissa and Brittany and Marie. Everyone, great friends are joining us this morning. It's a great morning. It's a great morning for us because we have a lot to talk about. So, I have a question for you. Have you done a tour at Walt Disney World before? Any of the tours? I have only done one, Behind the Scenes tour at Epcot, and it was great. I have to tell you, I was really impressed by it. And so as I'm talking about this, I want to hear your thoughts. Have you done Behind the Scenes? Have you done another tour? What was your favorite tour? Do you have any recommendations for me in the future? And I will be sure to keep track of these things so I can follow up. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought already. The Behind the Scenes tour was really cool. We had a great tour guide, Michelle. She was showing us, all that what happens and how they grow things. They were giving us demos. We got to try cucumbers. We saw things from, basically behind the scenes where you look from the boat at Living with the Land. You get to go walk behind it. You've probably seen the tour going if you go on Living with the Land before. So it's a great tour. I highly recommend it at least once. It was great. I am missing so many comments, so if I missed your comment, please don't think I'm ignoring you. It can be kind of tough to follow up with everyone, but I will answer as many questions as I can. Railroad Tour says, Laura, and Epcot Behind the Scenes Tour, 2 Keys to the Kingdom. Yeah, Keys to the Kingdom I keep hearing about, but do you think it would reveal too much? I'm not too concerned, but a little bit concerned about it revealing too much. Keys to the Kingdom, what do you think? Caring for Giants. Oh, Haley, I've also heard about that one, too. I've heard good things. Caring for Giants, Animal Kingdom. I want to try that one. Another good one. Ben hasn't tried one before. It's Behind the Scenes. It's a good one. It really is. The Wild Africa Trek, that looks really cool. And you walk, and you're walking above where the alligators are, and you're harnessed in. That one looks really cool, too. I mean, there are a lot of things that, you don't get a chance to experience when you're just doing, the standard things. You want to go behind the scenes a little bit, as it were. Behind the scenes, you get it. I see a question. This is good general Q&A questions. If I miss them, please forgive me. Mark, oh, no, wait, I missed another comment. Brad, Michael, how is it that your camera holders are allowed, but selfie sticks are not? Brad, good question. So the thing about selfie sticks is they extend. So nothing of mine extends except for the small tripod, and that's a tripod, and that tripod is allowed as long as they do not hold it in my hand. So the small tripods that I do carry around with my camera, those don't extend. That's the rule at Disney. Oh, yes, thank you, Kilt Guy. I really appreciate the AT-AT. I can see it across the way. In my new setup, you'll see more of my gifts from friends. Thank you again for it. It means a great deal. Caring for Giants. I want to see that one. The elephants. I did Keys to the Kingdom. Finally saw underground hallways below the parks. Utilidors, I think it's called. Yes, it is. Jake, did you think it was revealed too much? And everyone who's done Keys to the Kingdom, did those utilidors reveal too much of the magic? Every time you went back in the Magic Kingdom, did you think of those doors? Is what I want to know. Kristen, Keys to the Kingdom really added to the magic for me. It's amazing to see how the magic is created. I can imagine that, Kristen. I don't want it to ruin it, though. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want it to ruin. For everyone saying, Meetup. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry. We'll get. I know you want to meet up. We'll see about that. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, so it might be hosted by someone else. So, hope that's okay. For everyone saying they're considering Behind the Scenes, I definitely recommend it. Great experience. It is It is a great experience. It really is. Death Star Diva, tips for first timers. We're going in to see in October for our honeymoon. Oh, good question. Wait, first time we're going to see to Behind the Seats, I'm guessing? Or going to Disney World for your honeymoon. So many tips for first timers. I have several videos on this, but take your time and take in the magic. Plan ahead. Get those fast passes. Get those dining reservations. You'll have a great time. Just remember to relax and take it all in. Laura, Wild Africa Trek was fun. Keys to the Kingdom won't ruin anything, we promise. Okay, Laura, you're making me feel better about that. You are. Good morning, Olivia. How are you? Oh, I never knew about Keys to the Kingdom. Let you go in Utilidors. Interesting, Ben. It really is interesting. I've heard about it a lot, but I have not tried it. Hopefully soon. Garth and Laura ask a very interesting question. Is Keys to the Kingdom worth $100? How do you feel about that? Let us know. If you've done it, we want to hear from you. You know, you look at that amount and you're thinking to yourself, is that really worth it? A lot of people say yes. A lot of people say yes, so we'll see. When you take those amazing pics, is that from the video camera or when you pause and, take a picture from another camera? Great question. Lisa asked a technical question. Pictures like this, 9 times out of 10, I'll be recording with my big camera. Hang on, let me get it here. I got it. So I'll be recording just like this. And then I'll see a spot like this where I want to take a picture. And I'll quickly turn the screen around. I'll switch it over to camera mode. Just one quick trigger switch like this. Take a picture and then go back to recording. So that's what I'll do. It's usually a quick pause. And then I go right back to vlogging. But that's usually what I do. I feel like these pictures from a DSLR come out much better than anything from my phone. Not that the phone isn't good. It's just, it's better. What part of the cruise ship? Oh, we'll get to the cruise ship in a minute. Actually, I had an interesting dream about the cruise ship. Did you see Pop Century? Oh, gosh, we have to talk about the shampoo bottles. We will. We're going to talk about that in a minute. People say it's worth $100. Okay, we're getting a lot of feedback about that first question. It is worth $100. A lot of friends are telling us. This isn't updating. With the large crowds, Happily Ever After ends. With the large crowds, when Happily Ever After ends, you can leave Magic Kingdom from behind the plaza, so you don't see a bit of behind Main Street buildings. That's an interesting point. Good morning, everybody. Renee, how long is the Keys to the Kingdom tour? Is it an hour? I don't know. Someone help. Or is it? No, it's a few hours. No, it's like 4 hours. I'm starting to remember this. I think it's like 4 hours. Let me know if I might be wrong here. Let me know. Good morning from England, Jessica. Actually, this is a good segue into something else I wanted to talk about, Laura. Someone coming from overseas to Disney World. The video today, cashless Walt Disney World. I read a lot of comments. Do you think that is a big problem? I heard a lot of friends who come from overseas who say, Michael, we don't really use credit cards at Disney because we're coming from overseas. We use cash. Is this a problem for you? I want to know. Let me know. I've never had time to do the tours. Too much to fit in on the trips. That's true. I can imagine that. Let's see. Maybe if I can get some friends together, school trip at Epcot, we can do a vlog day. There you go. Not a bad idea. Going to Walt Disney World on Friday for low crowds. We're going to talk about the crowds in a minute, too. It's an interesting point. When does spring break officially start? In March. I'm going in early March. Will that be fine? Angie, spring break varies depending on where you live and where you're coming from, but early March is when I like to go a lot. It is a great time to go. Truly great. 4.5 to 5 hours. Okay, so my second thought was right. What did you mean? Make it... No, Lisa, so the meet and greet Lisa's talking about from the Disney family, I don't plan out that far. I truly don't. So I don't know if I can make it. I never know if I can make it that far out, but I'll still plan it because everyone wants to plan it. It is a lot of fun. Those tours are definitely a lot of fun. Great points. Okay, let's talk about something else that I actually wasn't planning on talking about, but someone reminded me of it. Did you see, you may have seen my video before, Save the Soap. You've seen that with the hashtag Save the Soap. From a few friends yesterday, I was notified they were staying in Pop Century. Sure enough, in their Pop Century room, I think it was a renovated room, they came in and they found no more, they had little soap bottles still, but the pump bottles, which are nailed to the wall, were in their bathroom. I think this is a terrible idea. Please feel free to disagree. Please feel free. From simply a sanitary standpoint. That's it. Sanitary. I feel like the little bottles are just, I don't know, every other hotel does that. Why can't Disney? Come on. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let me know. Save the soap. Okay, I'm seeing more people saying save the soap. I hope they didn't get away from the cash I saved from spending money. I can understand that too. You don't want to overspend, and sometimes this is your way of budgeting. That makes a lot of sense too. Hashtag save the soap. Sad to see them moving away from moving toward the pump soap. I understand it, and they're going to sanitize it with bleach every time, but I still don't like it. I understand. Maybe it's me. I want to take the soaps home with me too. That's part of it. I'm not going to, you know me, I'm a straight shooter. I like to take the soaps home with me. I do. But come on. Disney, every other hotel chain in America does this. Come on. Was it a standard room with a new soap dispenser? I'm not sure, Kristen. I'm not sure, but I have to imagine it was a standard room. Garth and Laura, do you have a favorite meet and greet? I love meeting Mickey, especially talking Mickey, so that hopefully isn't going away. Even though there are a lot of reports saying it will. I think it'll be coming back. That's my personal belief. But I love talking Mickey, and meeting Mickey at the character spot at Epcot. Always great. I don't think it's healthy. Save the soap. Okay, save the soap. I'm a germ freak. Okay, we're not alone here. Jake, save the soap. We need those unused... Uh-oh, I'm missing comments. Renovated room last month, they didn't have it. I've been in a renovated room, they didn't have it. I have yet to be in a room at Walt Disney World where they have these pump bottles. So I have not seen it. You know how frequently I'm there too. So I haven't seen it, but plenty of people have. So I don't know. I got this shirt, opening of Pandora, A World of Avatar. That was great. I don't like it. Okay, so we have a lot of people who say they don't like it. Like cash is legal tender. No one anywhere should not accept it. Robin, you bring up a good point. You bring up a really good point. That's something I have to think about too. I mean, why not accept cash? Like, I know you don't want to because it's an extra hassle, Disney, but a lot of people use it. Like, that's money. I don't know. Is your chair sitting on a Mickey throw? Yes, this is a Mickey throw. Yes, it is. It's a good one. I'm pretty sure he's not going away. Then he'll come back with more talking friends, specifically Donald and Minnie for sure. I agree, Ben, fully. Like, they can't afford giving away. I know, Mary, they can totally afford giving away the little soap bottles. And you know that there's someone at Disney who's saying, we can save this much money. And Disney's doing a lot. I do not, you hear me talking a lot about how Disney's trying to save money. Disney is currently doing a lot. They're spending a lot of money for guest experiences. I do not want to take away from that. I don't want to be saying, Disney's always this, Disney's always that. No, they're spending a ton of money on the gondolas. Toy Story Land, Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge. I still got to get used to that one. The Star Wars Resort, they're spending a ton of money. So they're trying to save money other places. And I get it. I do understand it. This was not one of those places where I think it would have been smart. Older people. Yeah, well, that's true. There are people who use cash. That's true. Some people do. Some people don't. Michael, what's your favorite land at Disney World? I'm going to say Epcot today. What would you change? If I could change one thing, what would you change? I would change Figment back to the original. That's what I would change. People love soaps. The idea will not go over well. I agree. I wonder if Disney will make it like optional. Like you can request soap. Like, I mean, this is Disney's way of saving money. Is it going to save a lot? I don't know. And I've already seen comments from people saying, like, I'm not going to use it, or I'm going to, like, complain all the time. And, that's fine. But the question comes down to guest experience and money saving. That's what they're thinking about. So I personally think it's a bad idea. Save the soap. We'll see. Jenna, I'm right there with you. Smelling those little soaps when I'm back home does make me feel those waves of Disney. It does. When you stay at a hotel, it should have amenities like soap. Yes. Staying in French Quarter in April with my husband and his mom for a weekend getaway. Can't wait. Well, let us know. Let us know if they have the soap dispensers. Vicky, yes, yucky. Yeah, I like the yucky emoji. It's funny. Those little soaps, shampoos, home. Michael, how much did you pay for that Pandora shirt? I can't remember at all. See, this is a good reason for cash. It's a good argument for cash because budgeting skills when it comes to Disney merchandise, I'm very bad at that. I'm going to say, I don't know, $18. It was expensive, but... sorry it's off topic, but anyone tired of no housekeeping thing? Oh, Haley. You mean the option not to have housekeeping instead of for the gift card? It's something to think about. It is. Save where they can. Use the older soap. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Anyway, all right. A lot of thoughts about that. We'll see what Disney does. We can only hope that they save the soap. Anyway, so David and I are well underway when it comes to planning the Disney cruise. There's a lot of things we're excited about. Let me know if there's anything specific you would like to see on the Disney Wonder. It's a brand new ship for myself and my brother. It's a smaller ship, and I had this dream the other night where it was like we went to a Disney cruise. And this is a funny dream. We went on this new Disney cruise, like a smaller ship, and we got there and it was like some super small like dinghy, like 4 people could fit. And it was funny because it's like that's my brain set way of saying, oh my gosh, it's not the bigger ship. I'm going to be disappointed. But I know that's not true. I know it's not. But you can tell my mind. That's where my mind is. So let me know if you've been on the Wonder before, if you liked it, what you think I'm going to like about a smaller ship, all of those things. Put my mind at ease here. Help me out. Do you think you'll ever go on the Disney Fantasy? Samara, excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I am hoping to try all of the Disney cruise ships, including the 3 or 4 new ones. They're new ones coming. Look at those laughing faces. Why do we pick the Wonder? We picked the Wonder for the timing. Because March 4th, it's a good, it was good for both of us to, off work and all those things. It was not too expensive, which was very big, priority. It just kind of lined up, and we said, oh, this is a good day. And we didn't even, the ship was like a second thought. Like we wanted to go together on a cruise. We wanted to, go for not very expensive. So we chose just, okay, this date looks good. Oh, we're going on the Wonder. That's kind of how it happened. Would love to hear about, so once we do more Disney Cruise Line, though, I have a feeling we'll start prioritizing ships. Like the next time I might do the Fantasy. Like we'll see. Do they accept Disney gift cards on the cruise? Vicky, someone else will have to answer that one. Does anyone know? I would imagine they do, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't answer anything if I'm not 100% sure. Excited to see the decor and different comparisons to the Dream. Yes, it's going to be good. Okay, Disney Diva making me feel better. You will love the Wonder. The crew is amazing. I've heard good things about these longer cruises and the cruise because, the crew, one thing I was reading, it was, I can't remember where I saw it. It was a comment on one of the posts about the cruise. Apparently the crew, they do the standard 3-night cruise over and over and over again. But when they have the opportunity to go on one of these, special like 7-night cruises, it's exciting for them. And they're excited just as much as we are. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Do you ever think of driving to Disney? Heather, I have done that many, many times in my youth. I would prefer to fly and will fly as many times as I can because that drive is very long. Okay, yes, 5 times Disney fans. They do accept Disney gift cards. Thank you very much for answering that one. It says the back of the cards, every place they accept Disney cards. Oh, thank you very much. Where they accept Disney gift cards. Okay, good. Good to know. Okay, good. Everyone says Disney gift cards. Thank you, everyone. I'm still missing questions. I am so sorry. Let's see. Do you have a mug collection videos? I will have to make one. I'll have to make another one. I really appreciate all the mugs. Yes, there's a lot of great mugs, and I will have to show you which mugs are in my collection. What's the most expensive trip you have gone to Disney alone? Good question, David. I'm going to say, I don't know. I stayed at French Quarter one time for the holidays, and that was rather expensive. It was just, I wanted to go. It was rather expensive, but I think that's about the most expensive. I would like to see more pictures of food options on the cruise. Okay, well, I'll take lots of pictures of food for you, I promise. What is your favorite Walt Disney World resort? Sarah, good question. In the categories, this is a good general Q&A. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Kidani Village, my favorite deluxe. French Quarter is my favorite moderate. And Pop Century is my favorite value. Oh, yes, thank you, everyone, for answering Vicky's question. Michael, will you ever do a house tour? Maybe one day, David. Maybe one day. It's small right now. Nothing impressive. Nothing fun. But one day I want to show you like the new studio setup. I have this mental image of the new studio setup, and I want to move and all of these things. So a lot of things I want to do. Hopefully one day in the future I will do one. I promise. It's coming. I did promise. It is going to come eventually. We're going on the fantasy in July. Any sea sickness or claustrophobia tips? Really good question. If it's your first cruise, you will feel a little bit of it. You have to get your sea legs. And I recommend getting one of those sea bands. I'm actually planning on getting some for my brother and myself. Maybe we'll get some. And they're supposed to help. Or you can get one of those patches that you put behind your ear. It helps with the seasickness a little bit. We'll see. I didn't have a big problem. We felt it a little bit on the first night. But after you get your sea legs, it's no problem at all. Michael, do you buy drink mugs for the resort each trip? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can't reuse them except for water. For the resort refillable mug. Sometimes I'll bring it for water, but I will buy a new one. If you see me getting tea and soda, that's a new mug. Yes, I agree. I want to see the food, your favorite entrees, sushis, desserts. Don't worry, that is coming. Are you planning a Disney family trip soon? it's not on the agenda yet. I will continue to talk to family. We have to plan out further. It's been some time. We're thinking about another cruise. We're thinking about all these things. There's a lot of things to think about. What rare character meet and greets have you done? Which was your favorite? You know, just posted about this today, Allison. One of my favorites was meeting Princess and the Frog characters at French Quarter. That was really cool. It was a rare meet and greet. I also liked meeting Jack and Sally for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Thanks to friends, I had the opportunity to meet them. That was really cool. So there's a lot of cool meet and greets. Well, Bella, I'm glad you can join me today. I'm glad you can take some time out of your day. It means a great deal. So moving on to the next topic. When it comes to, you saw my video about extreme, I can't do that voice thing in the in this live stream, the extreme crowds at Walt Disney World. How did you feel? Or if you've been to Walt Disney World before, and you've seen the vlogs, and you see what it's like, you know, during Flower and Garden Festival, when, you know, I usually go in early March, not this year, but maybe next year, with low crowds versus extreme crowds. That's an interesting topic for today. Would you rather, this is an interesting question, would you rather be at Walt Disney World for low crowds and nothing exciting, no Flower and Garden Festival, nothing out of the ordinary, no special activities, just a standard day at Walt Disney World with low crowds, or an exciting time of year, Not So Scary Halloween Party, food and wine, 4th of July, one of these things with extreme crowds? Which would you pick? I want to hear from you. Let me know. I'm going to read your things off. Michael, anything? Oh, this is an interesting question. Is there anything interesting to do in Maryland as a vacation? There are friends who would say yes. I've lived here my whole life, so I'm going to say no. But no, there are lots of things to do. There are things all over. We're close to the nation's capital. You can see some of the museums and such. There are things to do, but it gets old after a while. It's funny. You don't have to answer the question, but do you like Disney Cruise or Disney World better? Sophia, put me on the spot, huh? No, I'm kidding. It's okay. I don't think there's a better. There's no better. I don't think I will ever be able to answer this question. I don't. It is different. It is totally and completely different. When I'm at Disney World, I can miss a Disney cruise. And when I'm on a Disney cruise, I can miss Walt Disney World. They're just too different. They're both magical. And I'm so glad I took this leap of faith and I started cruising, because now I have got the cruise bug. I've been bitten by the cruise bug. No doubt about it. I want to keep cruising, forever and ever. It is amazing. It's an amazing experience. My brother and I were both kind of interested. Like, how's it going to be just the two of us? Is it going to be fun? We're going to have a great time. It's going to be great. But we're thinking about that thing and thinking about, family won't be with us. We'll miss them and all that. But it's just too different. Okay, so a lot of comments. I'd say go low crowds during a normal day. You can see so much more magic that way. Really good point. Blink. Mary, we go every year during the first 2 weeks of December because it's less crowded. Although everyone else has figured out that time too. That's true. People are starting to figure out those low crowd times of year. Is it my fault? I'm sorry. It might be my fault. Low crowds by David. Low crowds by Tim. Jen says low crowds. Zeus, I love the special events, but I'd much rather have low crowds. Okay, Samara. So do Disney World and Disney Cruise in one trip. We would love to, but 7-night is already kind of a stretch for my budget, so I'm trying to. I would love to. I would, but I'm trying to budget. Sarah, I want to go in October for 2 weeks before Halloween itself. Don't know the crowd level. Yes, so it is true. It's tough, but the crowds are getting more intense every year. Michael, what's the best time to go to Disney World? Your favorite low crowd time of year? Lisa, I would say early March. Honestly, you see me do it all the time. I love the Flower and Garden Festival. You get low crowds, and it's great weather. To me, it just makes sense. Going to Disney World next Friday. So excited for you. Hoping for low crowds. Tay, let's see what time of year it is. Oh, yeah, it should be relatively low crowds. It'll be great. Gianna, I feel like Disneyland always has extreme crowds. I would not doubt it. It's in the middle. Think of it. It's in the middle of a big city. We stay outside edges to get around. So go early, take a break in the middle of the day, and stay late. Absolutely great advice. Low crowds, but I really want to experience New Year's Eve at least once. It's one of those things where you want to experience it once, just at least once, to see if you like it. I have no doubt I will be back again in the future. Probably not for, I like to switch it up. Sometimes 4th of July, sometimes New Year's. I like to change it up. One day I'll be back for New Year's. Not this coming New Year's, but in the future, I will be back again. It's great. Anthony, do you think, okay, general Q&A. This is a great time for general Q&A. Ask any questions you like about camera equipment, Disney trips, Disney cruises, countdowns, all that good stuff. What was the most What's the most extreme crowds you have ever experienced in your life at Walt Disney World? New Year's Eve. Period, paragraph. There was one time when I was a kid, we went on Christmas Day. We were actually at the Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day, I don't know how many years ago. And I thought that was the most extreme. It was extreme. It was. Maybe it was more. And, you know, you look, I'm sure the numbers might say differently. They might say differently. But when you're in the moment and you're like jam-packed in there, I would say New Year's Eve was the most crowded time I've ever been to Walt Disney World. It was beyond belief. Which was your best, which you like better, Disneyland or Disney World? Jessica, they're different. They're totally different. I've been to Disneyland, and it's a great place. But Disney World is like my home. So I'm looking forward to going back to Disneyland soon. I am looking forward to it. But Disney World is my home. That's where I feel at home. I love it. Look at this setup. Oh, I'm so glad. It's a gorgeous setup. Oh, I'm glad you like the setup. If you could afford any Disney cruise, which destination would your dream cruise be? Rebecca, such a good question. I would do the longest cruise possible, whether that's Panama Canal. They don't still go to Hawaii, do they? I don't know if they do Hawaii, Alaska, something fantastic. Do you not spend a lot of souvenirs? Do you not spend a lot of souvenirs at Disney World? I definitely get a lot of souvenirs at Disney World. Absolutely. I'm getting souvenirs constantly. It's bad. It's so, I gotta watch my budget more. Michael, are you for hire for our itinerary planning? Maybe one day. Not today though. If you have any general advice pieces, I'm all ears, but no specifics at the moment. But I've thought about that. Maybe one day. We are facing a choice between Coronado Springs and Riverside for our first day on property. Which would you choose? Riverside. Very quickly. It has more of a home feel to it. I don't know why. I love Riverside. How often do you get recognized at Disney by cast members or people? It depends on the trip. Sometimes the more crowded times I blend in a little bit more. Other times I get pulled aside quite a few times. I am always happy to talk to friends. Excuse me. Always happy. So don't be afraid to come up and say hi if you see me. I'm always happy to say hello. Feeling those waves of Disney. We'll be back. Magic Kingdom. Oh, when will we be back? At time in 7 weeks. Our flight arrives at 9 a.m. So excited for you. Michael, my family has always only done one park per day. How do you make park resort hopping less stressful? That's a good question, Blink. If you go from Magic Kingdom to the resorts, it's much easier because you have the monorail. But the other parks and the resorts can be rather difficult, especially with the buses. If you have those in wheelchairs or smaller kids, it can be a little bit stressful. But still, you know, it's just something that has to be done. And sometimes you can take cabs, and the minivans are also very helpful. So there are a lot of different options. Have I been to Alani? Great question. I keep saying it. Am I saying it right? Alani or Alani? I hear it both ways. Alani or Alani. I don't know. I have not. But I want to go one day. I hope to go to Alani. Have you ever done any of the tours? I sure have, behind the scenes, and it was great. Michael, where are you going to live? When are you going to live in Florida? I've thought about it. I will not. I'm not. You know, I'm an honest guy. I've thought about it a lot. You know, if you've been following along with me, my biggest fear about that is losing my love for Disney. And I was talking to a friend about this just the other day, about how if I went, I would probably start limiting myself. So saying, okay, Michael, you can only go on the weekends. You know, I don't want to go too frequently because I don't want it to be, you know, I don't want to ever say, you know, oh, I don't feel like going to Disney today. I don't ever want to do that. So that's my biggest fear. And there's job things too. And family lives up here. A lot of different things. I'm going in July to Alani. Sounds exciting. Do you have any tips for pin trading for a beginner? Tay, yes, I do. I have a video all about pin trading. Look it up on my channel. But I would recommend so you want to buy pins in advance and then find the pins that you want to trade for. So you want to buy like a larger pack of pins, and then you can trade for a more expensive pin. That's my best advice. Has anyone flown first class? A Southwest that I fly does not have first class, but I have never before. My kids love Chef Makers for dinner. I do too. It's a great one. It really is. What's the longest Disney trip you've done? We were at Disney World one time. So in recent memory, we were there for a 10-day trip. But way back when I was a kid, my grandparents on my dad's side still lived in Florida. We went down for a much longer, closer to 2 weeks. So, but I don't remember that. I was too young. But recent memory, we went for 10 days one time. That was amazing. Michael, you have this shirt. Oh, I'm so glad. I have family who moved to Orlando area, and they still buy a season pass every year. They don't love Disney nearly as much as you, Michael. and they don't love Disney. That's something I got to think about it, Blank. I really do. Is Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge more of a counter service restaurant? Oh, this is a good question by Brad. It is changing. It is changing. I'm not happy about that part. I wish it wasn't changing, but it's turning into more of a table service, like check-in. I don't think it's a smart idea, but Disney's got to make room for everybody. It's more of a counter service now, but it's likely changing to a table service. Have you ever stayed at Boardwalk Resort? Yes, when I was very, very small. I would have bad, I have to stay again. Is it loud on the boardwalk? I've heard complaints of that. It can be, but there are many rooms on the boardwalk that aren't right there. So it's a great place. It really is. Do you really need a fast pass for Fantasmic? No. My longest trip was 2 weeks. Oh, that's so exciting. 10-day trip. Angie, it was amazing. Can you do a video on annual pass and how it makes worth buying? I have done it. 5 times Disney fans. I'm ahead of you. I have a video just like that. It's on my channel when annual passes are worth the cost. So that one's on there already. Going and week and a half. Going in a week and a half. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, well, what is your countdown? If your countdown's with us, we're going on the cruise together. I think we're at 40. I think we're at 43 days. Would you believe that? Yep, 43 days. And I can't tell you how excited I am about a 7-night Disney cruise. I am beyond excited about it. I know my brother is too. He can't wait. He can't wait. There are a few surprises. We're going to St. Martin and Puerto Rico. We're thinking about definitely getting off the ship for both of those and exploring at least a little bit. And then going to Castaway Cay, we've got some surprise things for you. Oh, you're joining us on that 42 days for your countdown. If you're joining our countdown, what's your countdown? I want to know it. We are beyond excited. I can't wait to share all of it with you. The wonder. Laura, why don't I use Super Chat? I've thought about it. I have thought about that. I've thought about Patreon. I've thought about these things. Part of me doesn't want to do that because I don't want someone to feel like, they're obligated to, I don't know. I will keep thinking about it. I always want to, this is a family. This has always been a family. No one is, above anyone else. I don't know. It would help, yes, but there are so many wonderful friends who send me gift cards and other ways that I'm able to, go more and see more and experience more. It means a great deal. I don't want to ever feel like I'm pressuring anyone to do anything on all that. Oh, yes, for those who are wondering, Super Chat is a way for you to, in the live stream, make a donation toward the channel. I haven't turned that on. I've been encouraged to turn it on, but so many friends send me gift cards that it really does help. Okay, I'm missing so many comments about this general Q&A. Great general Q&A questions. Let's see what we have here. We lived in Orlando for 2 years and had the unlimited annual pass. It never got old. Going to Disney actually makes it more relaxing. Could go in for as little or as much time as we wanted. I got to think about that, Rob. I hope you didn't move away because of Disney, probably something else like job or family, but I got to think about it. I really do. Will you visit Disney World before the cruise? Rachel, I have not planned that on this trip. If I do, though, and make that change, I will let you know, but it's a budgeting thing. That's all it is. It's all about the budgeting. 7-night cruise is perfect. We did a 4-night, and it was too short. 5 times Disney fans. I can't wait. Amy, 13 days until I take my fiance for the first time. Amy, have a great time. I'm sure he's going to love it. Congratulations on your weight loss. I have to keep working on it. I watched your older video the other day, but I guess I didn't notice seeing you every day. Yes, well, the holidays were not good with the weight loss plan. I have to get back on it. I got to get back on it. Is this a land and sea adventure? Holly, it is not. I wish it was, but it's a longer time off work. It's a larger amount of money. It's a lot of things. No G7X, the last trip. No, I have, believe it or not, I've actually returned that. I'm planning on trying a different camera again. I was able to return it still, so I wanted to try something else. I might get another G7X, but we'll see. Renee says, don't ever change, Michael. That's kind of you. Be careful in getting off at Puerto Rico with the hurricane effects. I was thinking about that. I will keep looking into that. Thank you. When I did my college program, I literally was in the parks every day to work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and on my days off, still went to the parks, and it never got old. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Victoria. Very glad to hear that. Is it worth becoming a Disney Vacation Club member? Are you one? I am not a Vacation Club member. I've thought about it for a long time. I've made a video about it. It is worth it for some reasons. It's a complicated one. Look at that video. I explained a little bit more. Going to Disney World gets old. Bite your tongue. I'm sorry. I know. I just don't want it to get old. That's my fear. That's what I'm afraid of. let's see, I did 10 days at Disney World, and it was great. Not as much rushing around as on short trips. Absolutely. Fully understand that and agree with it. How was Star Wars virtual reality? Oh, Gianna, it was amazing. I actually made another video review that's coming out today or tomorrow about that, so that's a good one. It was amazing. I highly recommend you give it a try. Secrets of the Empire, hosted by The Void in Disney Springs. Really, really cool. I have a few suggestions for them about how they can improve it, but I loved it. Really loved it. My sister and her family are back in Walt Disney World for the first time in several years. First trip for my 1-year-old nephew, Noah. Haley, how exciting. That's got to be amazing. You will just love Disney Wonder. It's a beautiful ship, and there's a great coffee cafe. Can't remember the name, where you get the great coffee and cold or hot. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that. Pegasus is doing great, Ed. He's sitting right there. No, you're fine, Princess. You're right on time for joining us. I am in San Juan next month. Oh, how exciting. I'm going to Disney tomorrow and getting my own Pegasus. How cool. How very, very cool. Anyway, thank you so much for being a part of it with me. If you have any other last-minute questions, I am more than happy to answer them for you. Got a lot of things to do. My grandmother needs help around the house. Going to do a few chores for her and more videos to make. Actually, I'm going to be doing... I'm thinking about doing a collaboration with another Disney enthusiast. We're going to work together, give our thoughts about the upcoming Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and others. It's a surprise. It'll be fun. So that'll be cool. There's a lot of fun things coming, and of course, the cruise will be here before you know it. Let me answer a few more questions while I'm here. Does your sister know where she might want to go to college? She's got a few ideas, Holly. She's been thinking about a lot of different schools. I don't know if I have her permission to tell you which ones, but I will ask her, so the next live stream, I'll be able to tell you. Anthony, do you think Toy Story Land will dramatically increase the unusually low September crowds? Yes, absolutely. Toy Story Land, and especially Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That is going to be unbelievable. More cooking videos. I know, Tim, I've been so bad at this. I need to get back on the cooking videos. I just haven't had the time. I need to make the time. More daily vlogs. Blue Olivia, I keep trying so hard. And every day, 8 a.m., video comes out. I'm very careful, make sure it comes out every day. It'll be cool. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. You know, I don't really do many collabs, but I thought it was a good idea. We'll talk about it. He's a really good guy. A nice guy. He was in the 12 Days of Magic. More cooking videos. Okay, we need to do more cooking videos. Collaborate with the Tim Tracker. Well, if Tim wants to collab, absolutely. I know Tim's very busy too. Tim and Jen are very, very busy. Star Wars Sister Cosplay, you will love the Banshee experience. They are great, and the purchase process is very fun. It is. It's an experience. So exciting. Have a super week, everyone. Yes, you too. How come you decided to name your channel with your name and not Waves of Disney? Good question. You know, I made it about... so Waves of Disney is like the subtitle. It's like the subtitle of my channel. But it's about my thoughts about Disney. So even though I'm talking about Disney almost all the time, it's a lot of my thoughts and my experiences with it. That's why I named it with my name. I don't know. I like it. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Michael. Great content today. Have a magical weekend. You too, everyone. When is the next Cooking with Michael video? I will make one. Amy, I promise. I know. I've been getting behind. I got to make another video for Cooking with Michael. It's coming. Anyway, looking forward to the daily videos. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed the channel, Rebecca. That means a great deal. Are you excited for Star Wars or Toy Story Land? Yes, Lonnie. Very excited about it. What's your advice for finding last-minute Southwest or somewhat dining reservations? See, I'm reading it wrong. Somewhat dining reservations. We got into Ohana 2 months out in high crowd season. It depends on the crowds. It really depends on those crowds. And then look at some of those restaurants that aren't like the very top, like Be Our Guest, but like secondary restaurants. Those are also great. What was the date of your first video? Oh, Brad, I've forgotten. I forgot the name. I forgot how I left it on my channel. Hold on, I can look it up for you real fast. Have a magical work week. You two have a magical work week. I'm going to tell you the date of my oldest video. It was just almost 2 years ago. Coming up on 2 years ago. Hard to imagine, right? Anyway, I will talk to you all real soon. Thank you again. Have an absolutely magical day, a magical weekend. I will see you real soon. Have a magical one.